Fashion is meant to be experimental and mainly about finding out what works for you, which is why I stopped the whole fashion advice thing. If you look at my channel, the first videos I usually posted were like fashion advice, tips, how-tos, do's and don'ts, and all that. And this was mainly due to the content I was consuming at the time, which I thought I really liked. No, I actually do like them, but it wasn't really for me. Like, I was consuming content like things men must have, you must do this before your 20s, you must do that, you must do this, and all that. And I dropping few of those videos, it didn't really sit well with me because these are like fixed rules that someone has made from their own personal experiments, and now I'm trying to follow that person's rules word for word, which is, for me, is wrong because that's someone else's life. I'm not in the same environment as that person. I'm not in the same like I'm not that person. So it's not going to work for me 100%. And even if I was in the same place with that person, I am not that person. So it's not really the same thing. Everyone is different in their own way, and I'm not even going to blame any of the creators of such content because at the end they are sharing their own personal opinions. And yeah, but consumers of these content, especially beginners that come up here to like find out what to do, when they hear the word must and they don't really have knowledge and they feel like this is compulsory, just be like, oh, I'm supposed to have this, oh, maybe this is why it's not working out for me, oh, I should get this, I should do that. And sometimes it ends up coming out great, but other times it doesn't really like work, and it just becomes an item that just sits in your closet, like taking up space and all that. So it didn't really sit well with me trying to live on rules that someone else lives with in their own life. Like, yeah, and like I said, I'm not really going to blame anyone per se. Like the way I feel like these content creators should do things more, which is what I'm really trying to do, because hey, I still drop my own fashion tips and advice from my own personal opinions, but my own is, don't make things that are not supposed to be compulsory. Like, oh, you must have this in your wardrobe. Not everyone has the same styles. Not everyone has the same way of or things that are actually going to fit them. You cannot take a skinny guy's advice and give it to a big guy. No, it's not going to work. The same advice you give to a skinny guy is not the same thing you give to a big guy. Everyone has what works for them. Yeah, there are some main rules of life, there are main tips and all that, like things like try to smell good, brush your teeth and all that. Those ones are general compulsory. They don't need to tell you, it is a way of life. But other things like this, you must have this thing, don't wear this, don't do that. No. Fashion for me is more about experimenting and finding out. And for me, you tend to regret less when you take your own advice rather than someone else's. You're like, I should have gone with what I had in mind earlier, or just kind of this thing. And I'm not saying don't take anybody's advice, because hey, I still need you to watch my this. I'm still going to drop my own fashion tips and everything. But my own is, whenever you watch such content, pick out what works for you. Pick out what you feel will fit your own lifestyle, rather than trying to live exactly like someone else. And content creators that do this content, I feel like they should just don't make things that are not supposed to be compulsory, because look at me, I will not lie, I wasted a bunch of money getting things that I ended up not needing, and things that I did need I ended up throwing out because I watched videos that said, oh, you don't need this, but now I know I actually need them. So yeah, for me, fashion, lifestyle, it's about experiments. It's a whole journey, and you need to do that. You need to actually go through that to find out what really works for you and what fits you. But anyhow, that's just all I have to say right now.